Welcome to Ideal School 700.1. We have an important concept to discuss. Must I help everyone I meet? Well, this is a question for people that have a compassionate heart. It's not for everyone because not everyone have a compassionate heart. So if you have a compassionate heart, this video is for you. Must I help everyone I meet on the street or wherever you meet them? Now, the answer is conditional. The answer is conditional. All right? The answer could be yes, and the answer could be no. Yes, and the answer could be no. And this is based on condition. Remember, I told you again that if you are not compassionate, this is not for you, because already your answers will always be no, because you are not compassionate. But if you have a compassionate heart, you need to be careful. The answer is conditional. It could be yes, it could be no. It will be yes, or it would be yes, if you have a conscious, discerning ability to know who to help. You have to know. You've got to know who to help, okay, when to help, and how to help. Okay, you need to know whom to help, when to help, and how to help. Because blind kindness can lead you to destruction. I've seen so many people that helped another person blindly, and then that lead to their death, possibly. Very unfortunate. Just for an unfortunate help that you render to another person, it might lead to your death. That doesn't mean you should be afraid of helping people, but you should sustain the consciousness and the discernment to know who to help, when to help, and how to help. For instance, again, I've seen some persons again, because of blind kindness, they have been in prison and they became victim of circumstance. I've seen people that blind kindness have led to their self-destruction. And then there are many people that blind kindness will still lead to destruction. Before you help people, you must understand that you need to know whom to help, when to help, and how to help people. That doesn't mean you are not compassionate anymore. It just means that you are being careful in this wicked and corrupt world. The solution we need to know is that we need to be logical and not emotional. The solution here is that you need to be logical. Solution, we'll continue from here. Let's put it here. The solution here, be logical and not emotional. You need to be logical and not emotional. Think about what you want to do and then apply logic, not just emotion. Your emotion will deceive you most a time. Now, what's the formula for us to have this conscious discernment in order to know whom to help, when to help, and how to help? We have equation number one is this. Equation number one is that you protect your trajectory. What do I say? Equation one, shall I call this E1? Equation one is to protect your trajectory. Protect your trajectory. What does that mean? It means that you need to know that you cannot pour water out of an empty cup. You can't pour water out of an empty cup. So for you to be effective, you must be able to know that there is a boundary to what you can do. You cannot give your children school fees because you want to help somebody's house rent. That is out of proportion. You cannot give your wife's care money, maybe antenatal, she's pregnant and she's supposed to go to the hospital to take care of your baby in her womb. You cannot carry the money and say, I want to help another fellow. That is out of proportion. So you have to have boundary of what to give. It is out of the ones you have that is left for others to take. You can give. You can't give your house rent out. you are owing the landlord, and the landlord is coming for it tomorrow, and then somebody say, I'm in need of help, I'm in need of help, and you take the house rent and give it out. Well, that's, you have a compassionate heart, but the landlord will throw you out tomorrow. See, so you need to protect your trajectory. That's the question number one. Because you don't pour out of an empty cup. Of course, you don't deny yourself. So don't say no to yourself so as to say yes to another person. But there are some cases you do that, but it's on special occasion, which is that God told you to do that, not that just you do it because you feel that you are obligated to the person. You don't give out of obligation. You give out of wisdom. You want to give to people. So we have the equation 2 now. For the equation 2, you need to know that whether in that equation 2, you need to understand what is your impact. Equation 2, we're looking at the impact equation. Now, the impact equation. Now, what you are doing, are you really helping this person? Take for instance, somebody is a chronic spender. You always spend, borrowing, give me this, give me that, and is so frivolously spending anyhow. And then you're always giving, you are spoiling the person. You are fueling the chronic spending attitude or behavior of the person. Maybe you even have a son, and your son, you give him a large sum of capital to start a business, and the boy went and squandered it and comes again, and you give him again, he went and squandered it and comes again, you give him again, he went and squandered it. You are not a good father. You need to be logical about it. You need to be logical about it. You give somebody some money to start up a business, and he squandered it, and he couldn't give account of what happened to the money. You can't give account of it. He doesn't know where it's all gone. So you can't continue giving to the person, That shows that the impact equation is not balanced. You must make sure you are not helping the people to fuel laziness, to fuel lasciviousness, to fuel a kind of life that is a chronic spender, a chronic borrower. Now, number 3 equation. For the equation 3 now, you need to have the reciprocity equation. That is the reciprocity equation. For the reciprocity equation, with the person you are giving to, is he coming to you to be entitled to you? You know, there are some people, when you start giving them assistance and help, they become entitled. You know, if you don't give them, and then they begin to use words to make you feel emotionally down, I'm not helping again, you are a bad person. No, they become entitled to you. Understand reciprocity. The person is not taking your giving for granted and is becoming entitled to you. So, must I help everyone I meet? The answer in this one is yes. If you're able to balance the consciousness and the discernment of knowing how to check up those solutions we gave you. Equation 1 of that solution is that you protect your trajectory. Don't give your children school fees to render help to other people. Number 2, impact equation. Don't sponsor laziness by your giving. Don't allow people, maybe God is passing somebody through his face, and then you feel, let me help him. You are not helping the person, because the person after which, if you help him or her, he might not understand, he might not gain the lesson that God wants him to gain at that stage. You just promoted him without being prepared. He will go and squander the money and misbehave, and maybe even leave the kingdom of God because he got the blessing without being matured for it. So you know when to help, who to help, when to help, how to help. You can help the person to survive something. Let him still be passing through the training, or help him to survive some little things. Don't just give him like that. That is how to know how to help, whom to help, when to help. Now we have the equation number 3 is that reciprocity equation. If the person is just give me, let that person not be entitled to anything you have. Nobody is entitled to whatever you have. Whatever you have is for yourself first. If you have a family, for your family secondly. And if there's something left for others also. But that doesn't mean you should be selfish. That's not what we are teaching. What we are saying is that you should take care of the fundamental things first. Like for instance, I told you, you don't give your house rent out. The landlord is coming tomorrow, and you give your house rent out to help people. That's that's foolishness. What you do, pay your house rent first, so that you'll not be thrown out of the house. You see, and also when you cannot pour out of an empty cup. You don't do that. Don't pour out of an empty cup. It's from the sufficient you have. Then you can give to other people, except you are instructed by God. That give this out is an instruction, and make sure you had it from God. You can do it. Be sure that the blessings will come. If you have a question, you can drop it in the comment section. Meanwhile, the answer will be no. If this kind of checks that we have here is not in a positive response. If it's a negative response, like the one of your house rent to somebody for help, you say no. The answer will be no. If your children's school fees to help people and your children will be sent out of school, well, the answer will be no, of course. So you need to balance these things. Know when to say yes and know when to say no. Thanks for watching. Drop your suggestion in the comment section.